sit back, relax. I'm going to talk about rest and recovery. Yeah, take it nice and easy. Let's face it, you're super motivated. You turn up to all your workouts. You push really hard. You've increased your distance, your time, but you're not improving. It's because very few people actually value the recovery ahead of the workout. Very few people look for the recovery strategy after the workout. It's about the next workout, the next workout. Now remember, the difference between you and a pro athlete is you've got to live a life that's outside of the bike. You've got to go and work. You've got to take the bins out. You've got to cut the grass. You've got to go and visit your in-laws. Okay? The thing is, you've got a lot of micro and macro stresses in your life. Are you dealing with them? Let's give you some formulas and strategies that are super easy to follow. Okay? Now, I say this with good confidence. I've been sharing it for almost 30 years as a coach, as a cyclist myself, as a dad, as a husband, as a brother, as a visitor of in-laws. Oh, I could go on, okay? So I've got all those micro stresses that you've got. Now, I want to start with a formula. That's before you even subscribe to the channel. Go and check out my school community in the link which you're going to join. Why? Because it's the best community in the world for cycling. This formula is easy to follow. Within 20 minutes of finishing your ride, you must eat carbohydrates. That can happen during the cool down. From 90 minutes to 2 hours, you're going to take protein, ideally solid protein. And then within 4 hours of finishing your ride, you're going to have replaced all the water you lost, all the sweat, because you weigh yourself in at the start and you weigh yourself in at the end, and you replace that slowly over that 4 hour period. That's it, simple. You don't have to watch any more of the video. Follow that and you will be safe to develop your training. Oh, it's not that simple. Of course it's not. It's never that simple, is it? This is a summary of a longer video I did. I'll leave the link in the description below that you can dive into later. But let's go through that formula. Let me tell you how I come around that. Because when you train, you push harder, you're progressing. So what you've got to understand is that overload places more strain on your immune system, on your body's systems. Now, what does your body like? It likes to rest. It likes to relax, and it likes steady state, homeostasis, equilibrium, whatever you want to call it, okay? It just likes things nice and chilled. You change that with the workout. You throw hydrogen ions at it. You fatigue it. You put it in all sorts of funny positions and stresses. It moves into what's called the catabolic phase, catastrophe. It's not a nice word, okay? And in that phase, what it needs is fuel to get it out, to put it in the anabolic phase. So although exercise in the short term can be dangerous to the body because it places stress, as it builds and grows, it builds and adapts resistance to the harshness of the environment, i.e. the hydrogen ions that you put it under. Sounds easy then, coach. Well, yeah, in theory, this catabolic phase requires fuel. Guess what a lot of riders do? Don't tell me you're one of them. I don't eat after my workout. I'm trying to lose weight, coach. Of course you are. It happens over a longer period of time with a sensible approach to nutrients. Okay, so the carbohydrate immediately pushes the catabolic phase forward sensibly because it gives it that supply of fuel, because it's going to steal them from molecules and substances in the body. And guess what? Little secret. For some of you, it's stealing them from lean tissue. Holy shit, Batman! It's stealing them from the very thing that you're trying to develop, lean tissue. So that initial influx of carbohydrates, around about 20 grams. A banana is fine. Sometimes I'll have some raisins, some parts of banana. I'll have pita bread, little peanut butter. Oh, it's real simple. You can prep it before you go out, or you can have it in your cool down. That initial influx of carbohydrates helps the catabolic phase get the fuel, and this will speed up the resynthesis of the proteins through those key amino acids, okay? Now, the protein at 90 to 2 hours, why is that? Why are you not guzzling down a protein shake straight after the ride that you've stored in the fridge? You've spent a lot of money on this shit, so you want to drink it. Well, the reason is your body exists in two different nervous systems, fight or flight or rest and digest. And most of you are fight or flight all day long. Shit, you're dealing with micro stresses, macro stresses. You've gone to work, you forgot to put the bins out, you've got to cut the grass when you go home, you've got to go and visit the in-laws. Okay, these stresses that have been placed on you, okay, keep you in that fight or flight. Now your long ride or your hard ride moves blood away from your gut. It shunts it away. It's putting it to working muscles to keep you going. So if you pop that protein in straight away, guess what? You're not ready for it. Your absorption is not that high. So it goes in, the brain thinks it's got it, but you're not using it to its maximum capacity. So wait. The reason we would have solid protein is because the absorption is slower and therefore better for us, okay? We'll talk about shakes in a second, but the water replacement over 4 hours is key. Sip gradually. Lots of people, you'll gulp down lots of water, and what happens is you become hydrated, dehydrated, hydrated, hydrated. It just moves out of your system too fast. But way in and way out, have that understanding. You can't go cheering and celebrating, whoa, I've lost half a kilogram on that ride. No, you didn't. You lost fluid, okay? Weight loss doesn't happen that fast, okay, in a couple of hours, right? It's on that journey if you're smart. But if you can do that hydrated level that's constant throughout the day, that's going to make you feel so much better, okay? Right, that's it. Now, you want a little bit more understanding of how to achieve it. Of course you do. Now, there is a problem that a lot of people have, okay? Because absorption levels, they change from you to me, age, gender, size, your present fitness levels. Most human beings have got around about 50 to 90 grams of absorption of carbohydrates. The last meal you had probably had about 3 times that much, okay? Now, what about protein? The average person's only about 15 to 20 grams of protein absorption per hour. So that's about a chicken breast per hour. But you've got more than that in some of your plates. Now, of course, there's ups and downs, there's changings, there's sliding scales. But here's the thing, people that make the most progress with their training, workouts and recovery eat more food than you during the day. That sounds interesting. I like food, coach. Tell me more. Because I've explained this before in so many other videos. 5 to 6 meals a day in a smaller portion that meets the needs of your absorption levels, just using the estimates I've just given you, can help. But we have traditions in various countries. We sit down, we have these large meals, etc. Now doing that every day at say 2 or 3 points in the day, it's not that good for you, okay? I promise you, it's not that good for your absorption levels, and it's not very good for your nervous systems, and it doesn't really help you get in catabolic, anabolic as much as you think, because you're overeating, okay? You want to just keep things nice and smooth, like your hydration, small meals, regular. So how regular? We'll use the science about how much you can store, how many calories you can store. Most people have maybe got between 15 and 2,000 calories stored, muscles, blood, liver. So you can go and ride on that fuel for 90 minutes to 2 hours. You already know that. So if you can spread your meals out around about the time that you can service your body with fuel, you're going to be okay. However, some of you can go 5, 6, 7 hours without fuel. So where's the catabolic phase getting its energy from? Your lean tissue is not necessarily getting it from your fat because you haven't switched that on because you're at zone 3, zone 4, zone 5, fanny. Everything condenses into the middle because you're obsessed with average speed. You're obsessed by sharing only great looking workouts. But great looking workouts don't necessarily have the metrics that you think they should have. Okay, all that information on nutrition, resting, nervous systems, great coach. But how do I know? My Garmin tells me I need 50 hours to recover from a long workout. I can't phone my boss and take a day off. Look, there are metrics that we can use that are available to you all the time. 1, resting heart rate. Your resting heart rate should normalize itself when you are in that anabolic phase. If you're in the catabolic phase and you're in too long, I will generally see 5 beats higher. If your heart rate's 5 beats higher in the morning, your body's telling you something, it's giving you an early indication. That may be that you've got a virus coming, okay? But it may be that you're overtired. Also, irritable. People who have got less tolerance than normal, feel it yourself. That means you're either hungry, dehydrated, or you're in that catabolic phase and your body's crying out for you to slow down. Also, your motivation starts to go. This is when it starts to get dangerous because there's hormonal levels that are changing in your body and your body's trying to say, stop doing these workouts. Other signs, your legs feel heavy when you're climbing steps. Now you may tell me you get that every day, but it's more than normal. You just climbed a few flights of steps and your legs feel like they're burning, they're on fire. This is a sign that you're needing to increase possibly the proteins. And you can then take that as an extra meal in the day, as a shake. There is nothing wrong with a protein shake. Remember, there are 9 key amino acids that you need. You can't produce them naturally. You're going to get them in products like meat, fish, dairy, eggs. But not everybody is into that type of diet. If you don't eat meat or dairy products and you're mostly vegetables, you need to mix and match. You need to do your research, but most people that I come across who train and don't eat meat, they know the nutrition inside out. It's actually the meat eaters that don't. But understand what you're eating, what nutrients are coming on board. If you're taking your training serious, you have to look at it as a part-time job. I don't care if you're only training 3 or 4 hours a week. It's another job because it has such an impact on your behavior and on your hormone levels that all the interactions you have are super important. So there's no point training for 4 hours and then being a total and utter dick to your family because you're a moody, irritable, low motivated. I'm actually describing a lot of people that I know. Interesting. Okay, there is lots more I can talk about, and boy, can I talk. And you'll find it all inside school. I hope there has been something in that little video that gives you a sort of taste. You like the joke? But it just whets your appetite. Coach, stop it. I'm a dad. I'm allowed dad jokes, okay? But please come and join me in the community. Send your questions through because you might be the star of the next video. Remember, anybody can do a workout. Anybody can train hard. But there's only a few of us can train smart.